Hello there, only One Kenobi here, only while it's still standing. If you want to check out my video on the ATST, do. I'll leave a link to that in the description, but quite appropriate that I have that because today I want to talk about the speeder bike. This is a video, I was going to do this like weeks and weeks ago because they announced the speeder bike was going to be in TVC, which is, just like godsend. Stuff we want to hear.
We also have a vintage vehicle coming, which will be a new tooled speeder and a scout trooper. Moving on to Black Series, we have...
But I have always wanted, or have wanted for weeks now, to compare the size of these two speeder bikes. And also I want to go inside that AT-80 over there and get the speeder bike out of there. A speeder bike that's never really floated my boat, only because I prefer these ones because you see them in Return of the Jedi. The one that's in that one is white and it's got the Imperial cog on, which is pretty cool. Quite a flimsy thing. But I just thought, well, I've got no need for it anywhere. So I've kept it in the back of the AT-80, but apparently the ones in the Mandalorian are white. Never really noticed that, they must have been dirty. But still, what I'd like to do is compare these. This one here, it was gifted to me by the Imperial Communique, Anthony, and really kind of him. This is the Toys R Us exclusive one. I suppose I'm doing this video because there's people who say that this one is too small. So what is going to be the definitive size for the speeder bike? This one here, one could argue is too big, but this is the Power of the Force 2 one, which I only recently got. I bought a job lot of figures and a few vehicles were thrown in and this was included as well. It actually looks quite nice, actually. Look at the finish of that. But one might argue this is accurately scaled. I just don't know. I'm going to put them side by side to give you an idea now. We're being watched by Boba and Fennec there, just because I've reviewed them recently. Now I know one's closer than the other, but let me just get them so that they're level. Because there's obviously a stand there. There's the backs. And obviously, clearly, this one here is longer. I think this one's nicely scaled, to be honest with you, man. But I'd like to know how big the one is in the AT-80, so let's go and find out now. Backstage view here. This is the AT-80. I did a review on this not long ago. A re-review. How do I get this open? I can't even remember, man. I think the hatch goes... Yeah, hatch goes down. And here we have... Oh, I think there's a release button. Hang on. Wow, how about that? You get some sound effects too. Got it. This comes out. So there it is. They could still, if they're going to do a new mold for this, or recycle an old one, they're going to do it for the Return of the Jedi, surely. But one would think that they would maybe do one for Mando as well, Mando Season 2, I just don't know. Depends how far they want to go with it. Right, let's go and see how it compares to the others. And here it is, man, and as you can see, this is identical to the Power of the Force 2 one. So there's nothing in it. So this is me learning now. Has that warped a little bit? I say... Maybe they're supposed to snout go down like that. I don't know, man. I think that's warped. That one hasn't. That's straight. I don't remember speeder bikes having a curved front, although that is kind of cool in a way, like a swoop. That does look quite nice, man. I can't believe I've had it locked away in the AT-AT, really. It's got an Imperial cog on it somewhere, I think, or have I not put the sticker of that on yet? I think you do get a little decal you could put on there. But, that's interesting. It is the same size and sculpt as the Power of the Force 2 one. And I never considered this one too small. I just thought that was a nicely balanced and scaled one. It looked pretty cool, man, on a stand. But I can see where people are maybe coming from if you do compare it to this one. And you know, they say about vehicles being too small anyway, like the Falcon, even though that's a big piece over there. In the real world, it would be way bigger compared to a 3 3/4 inch figure. But again, you know, we're better off than the 6-inch line. You know, we can do a lot more, should we say, with a smaller figure scale anyway. But I suppose all of these would be fractionally or marginally massively bigger. This is great with figures on the top of it. But really, in real life, they should probably be the size of Lego men, humans, against that actual katana there for it to be accurate or not. I don't know. So what is the deal? I'm learning with this video. I thought I'd do it for your entertainment, for my own interest, to kind of get these things side by side and compare them. But I don't know where they're going to go with it. Maybe they actually nailed it back in 1983. And I would hazard a guess that this here, because a lot of the stuff in the Power of the Force 2 they used the same molds as the 70s and 80s. I would hazard a guess that this is the same one as the 1983 one, which I did have as a kid. This is definitely the new one because I don't remember all those bits of weathering and stuff on. Paint touch-ups and whatnot. I remember it being really weird when I was a kid in the 80s. It just sort of like disintegrated really easily. It was designed to, obviously, to break up, like, you know. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. I like the way that one just stands. This one, can't quite work out what's going on with it, man. It's obviously designed to flip out the back of that AT-AT, and these feet stick in the base as you saw before. Let me just focus. You stick on the platform and then have to pull it out. I didn't want to be too heavy-handed. But I'd hazard a guess that that's maybe warped a little bit. Or is it not slipped in properly? The underside gun there, that's nice. Maybe it's because it's been in the back of that, and maybe it's been pushed up against some more plastic, which has made it over time warp down a bit. I just don't know. Interesting. Just another point here, I've put this up here now, you see, and I might leave it out for a while, leaning on that, because that gives it some kind of equilibrium. If it's sort of like pressing that way, leaning forward, it should straighten out that that bend there, maybe, I don't know, under its own weight, pushing forward towards the surface of that. I just don't know. Leave it with me. I'll figure it out. But I can't wait for another speeder bike, a definitive one in TVC. The box will be awesome. The vehicle itself will be good, and I need another one to go with my new Luke and Leia, which came in the TVC not long ago. And I dare say I'll get a couple more maybe to have with some more of these fellas, Scout Troopers, which are awesome, well-designed Imperials. Let me know your thoughts below. It's just a quick one really, just to sort of get it out there really about the speeder bike coming back in TVC. And have a look at these two here. Thank you very much indeed for watching, much appreciated. I have been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.